Um, I want to give you a short video about my take on the upcoming Gauntlet event. Will be no surprise, I'm going to try the Gladiator, but I will not try or I will not play the Shield Throw Gladiator. I want to try the Shield Crush Gladiator because the playstyle actually. So I tried Shield Throw, but the playstyle I can't play that. It's really difficult for me to play. So Shield Crush is similar to Spectral Shield Throw, but it's much easier to play. It's more like a Cyclone playstyle, so really just a melee skill, and the Shield Throw is more like a mixture between yeah, a melee skill and something with range. So I'm gonna try Shield Crush. It plays much better for me. And there are also some other advantages I want to show you. First thing first, it will be connected to Fortify, so you will have a permanent Fortify up. This is a really big advantage in my opinion. Instead of getting Fortify with Shield Charge, you will have it always uh, when you hit with your shield. Yeah, that's one part. That's why I like to play the Shield Crush instead. And now I quickly jump into passive building just to show you what is this build about. So here's a passive building, quite similar to Spectral Shield Throw. But there are some big differences. For example, one important part, and I was not, I could not understand that on the Spectral Shield Throw. We do not have a good block chance on Spectral Shield Throw. So with with Shield Crush and with this build, I'm trying to get the block chance capped. So I also will skill some block chance over here. Also my anointment will be the Command of Steel anointment and not like on the other builds this cleaving. We will end up with 800,000. Probably I also saw build guides with 1 million DPS. I did not enter any really good items here, just basic stuff. So I think we will end up at 1 million DPS. What is Cyrus DPS, by the way? So if you put that to just a normal mob, will be 1 million. But on Cyrus it will be 800,000 here. Anyway, it's quite similar to Spectral Shield Throw. We also use Crimson Dance. We go for damage over time multipliers, and then we have also this general skills here about the shield. And also Shield Crush itself is very similar. It also depends on how many armor you have on your shield. The more the better. And also the rest, also this Corrupting Fever skill here over here is the same. But one big difference is definitely that you are not using, and I was not really fine with that, you're not using Blood Magic and Mortal Conviction. So we just use our mana for our auras, and we are going to use Pride, Herald of Purity, Dread Banner, and Blood and Sand. So we will end up at 95% mana reservation. We will have 31 mana unreserved for our skills. So we will also leech, of course, some mana, but we actually just need our mana for Shield Charge and Flame Dash, and for cast when damage taken, and for Blood Rage and so on, Tempest Shield. So we don't need it for our Shield Crush, because one of our main links will be Life tab on Shield Crush. So we are going to use Life for our skills. This will keep Corrupting Fever up all the time, so you will just need to use it one time. And yeah, this is the same like on Spectral Shield Throw. Um, so there are definitely no problems to keep your your Corrupting Fever up. What we are going to do also is to stack a little bit more the Fortify effect, and we're gonna stack a little bit of attack speed. Um, and yeah, that's it. What I want to try here in this build is that I skill some endurance charges over here and also there to get a little bit more physical damage reduction. And just looking to the stats, it really looks very fine. Um, I Our life is a little bit low because yeah, I did not add any good items with a lot of life, so not tier 1 life or something. Um, yeah, and our physical damage reduction is really great. Also, if we look at the calculations, our effective health pool is very big. Also, we can take up to 100,000 maximum hit here, so this is a really great value. Um, yeah, and then we have the general stuff. Of course, we are capped capped on all resistances. We recover 2% of life on kill when we spend life recently, so this is really good. It's a big recovery, and yeah, that's it. Um, to the leveling process, what is of course very difficult. I tried a bit around, and the final thing I ended up with is of course not of course it's bow leveling. So I think the bleed bow gladiator is really fine to level up to a specific point, to the foothills. So in foothills you can start to farm. You will farm a lot of currency and so on, and you will do the league mechanic, and then you're gonna swap to shield crush. And yeah, I had no problems during leveling. It's a really good damage. The only important part during leveling is that you always have a very good bow up. So if we check the bows over here, maybe in my item filter, um, there are just some bows, so you do not need to upgrade your bow all the time. So I just um, went to the item filter and checked the bows on the Wikipedia, and in the item progression you can select which bows are interesting for you. So this one, for example, you can skip. The death bow is quite good. You can also include it. It's quite good, but it's not necessary. You can also jump from recurve bow to decurve bow, and then to decimation bow and citadel bow. So if you have this bows up, you will be very fine. And this is the most important for the leveling process. All the rest comes over the skill tree. You see it's very similar to all the other bleeding builds. You skill some bleeding over here, and over here some damage over time. And this node stays the same. This node will also be the same as for Shield Crush. Then you go over here, you get the call to arms for your Enduring Cry, and you will head over Resolute Technique as soon as possible. Then you go to level a bit more. Also, you stay here on the left side, and you skill these points over here to get some life and physical damage. Here you will reduce your mana cost. This is yeah, quite fine. Also for Shield Crush, you will reduce your mana cost for Shield Charge and Flame Dash and so on. This is quite nice. And then when you swap, your skill tree should look like this. You will be around level, yeah, between level 70 and 76. So of course you're going to over level a lot in the foothills till level 71, something like that. And then you go to swap to Shield Crush. And yeah, Tireless might be important there. And of course, you will skill Crimson Dance. You can get rid of all these nodes over here. You should have some items which will leech mana. So one item you should have which leeches mana for you. Workmanship I would skill because you still want to have, of course, some clear speed. So when you increase your strike range, melee strike range, you will basically increase your clear speed. Yeah, and then you are already in the end game. You're going to skill a lot of life over here, some more damage over here, some block chance over here. Here you get block chance, and you will annoy Command of Steel with an Amber, Crimson, and Opalescent. And then you should also have a shield with some block chance. And if you've done that, you will end up with a block capped character. Of course, your ascendancy, maybe shortly to that. I think it's the best if you just skill this skill over here, because it's just a really good clear speed. And at the beginning, mid game, so in the acts, let's say, you want to have a lot of clear speed just to farm faster and to level faster. And when you swap, I would stay with this one here because your clear speed will be really great, and then your last lab will be Pain Forged, and then your Überlab will be Versatile Competent. So you should stay quite a long time in the white maps and farm the labyrinth until you are able to kill Izaro. So yeah. So before going to red maps, you definitely should get this last ascendancy point here. So Izaro will be a quite difficult boss to beat. Yeah, I think that's it. Just a quick guide for you. Enjoy the event and have fun. Catch you later.